So Courtney Cox, that adorable girl from Friends, who was in that great video with Brian, with Springsteen, remember? That was her. She was adorable. Well, she's saying now that she regrets all the cosmetic procedures she's had done on her face. She says once you get started, it's tough to stop. Oh, isn't that sad?
It's sad.
What a sad story. If you read it,
she looks really pretty in this picture.
She's still alive, Joy.
I know, but if you read it, she says that she goes to one doctor and the doctor says, you know, you need a couple of shots, and then the next one says, oh, we could tweak it a little more, Then her friends will say, you look gorgeous, and another one will say, stop. You know, basically, you know, I have a couple of shots. I know, this is not by accident. See me when I wake up, but anyway.
Good genes. You have good genes,
I do. But what I was going to say is, I have a couple of Botox shots, but I say to the doctor, that's enough. I mean, you're responsible for your face as much as you're responsible for your orgasms. You know what I'm saying? It's your face. You say stop. You're it's like sex.
But it's probably...
Get off of me. I don't want any more. I'm done. Same thing.
It's probably hard to stop, though. Don't you think it's probably hard to stop? I mean,
I think it is hard to stop.
Because I think it's one thing if you have wrinkles and you get the Botox to get rid of the wrinkles. I think people go wrong where they're trying to make things that never existed exist
like
on their
set
face.
Lips.
Or restructure your
like
face.
all of a sudden, you don't have cheeks, and now you have cheeks. You know, you have no lips, and no, you have lips. Like, it looks crazy, right? It looks crazy.
It looks crazy.
You just have to repair, but you can't, like, put things that weren't there.
It's probably addictive. I haven't done this, but I went with clip-in hair extensions a few months ago. You probably remember on the show. You might have seen my hair looked amazing, but I started with like 3 clips, and then before you knew it, it was like Rapunzel.
I was like, you were like very into it.
And it was bad because it was affecting, it was giving me headaches, and it was pulling my hair out because they're heavy. Any ladies know who've tried this. It gets heavy.
They're painful.
So I stopped and I took them out, but just mentally, I was like, where did my hair go? You know, you go through. So I can imagine if you were doing a face and you looked 12, and then all of a sudden you were back to your own age, you might be like, I'd be taking the mirrors down.
A lot of pressure on female actors because one thing that's big is when you like even hit 30, you're already auditioning for only mother roles in like Hollywood.
Horrible.
30?
Yeah, no, I remember one time going on audition, I was like 22, and they're like, you'd be a really cute mom. And I was like, I'm 22. Can I audition for the teenager? Like, I was like so, but I wasn't good, and it never went there.
You used
I used it. I thought it'd help my case, but whatever the case. So you imagine at that elite level of Hollywood and booking gigs, and she came off Friends, the pressure to be able to keep booking younger roles when there aren't a lot. There was a documentary about Where's Deborah Winger, or Where's Deborah... It was, and it was all about females and how the roles were just not big. So I imagine that pressure of
searching for Deborah Winger.
The way you define yourself is based on your face. I can't imagine that pressure.
Paul, are you feeling?
I just think too, if you have the intention of doing something, you need to know what your guidelines and your guardrails going in. And you also, like, I just started seeing a dermatologist because I have melasma, which is like splotchy skin from pregnancy, and rosacea, but she looks natural. So if I'm going to a surgeon or I'm going to a dermatologist that doesn't look natural, like that should be my first warning sign. I want to go to somebody. No, but I want to go to somebody that looks a little bit more conservative in terms of what they've done to their own face.
I want them to look really good.
No, I want them to look good. But I don't want them to look plastic. Not plastic. I don't want them to look plastic.
I can say this about my dermatologist because he's no longer with us. But trust and believe, he looked really strange. And it didn't matter because he was shooting up Madonna and everybody else. And everybody looked good. He didn't. But everybody else did.
I would go to somebody that looked too plastic, though.
Or like they played a lot, because then they think it's a good idea for you to play a lot.
Well, what they do is they experiment on themselves, which is a nice idea. Do it on yourself. Don't do it on me.
You don't need a rough draft of plastic surgery. Like, use a doll. Like, why are you...
Use a doll.
Use a doll.
Barbie, you would not want to be someone's experimental project. You can't live that down.
Are there any things that you regret you haven't done? Because, you know, I'm sorry that when I was younger, I didn't get a little bit of a breast reduction. Who needs this hanging on me all day? I'm exhausted from carrying them around.
Comfort zone.
You know, at night, the greatest pleasure is when I go home and take the brassiere off. I cannot wait till I do that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So if they were small and perky, I wouldn't have to wear one. I would be so. But I'm too old now. I'm not doing it. I'm too scared anyway.
Marks that you can't. Once you've had them for a long time, they're almost impossible to treat. But if you treat them right away, then
I think you can laser them.
But no. They got to be red.
Oh, wait till you have a baby. Those stretch marks are coming back, baby.
It's done. I'll put my hair extensions back in.
And we are also. We'll be right back.